Hello, everyone. My name is Jennifer, and I'm a music therapist with Keynote Music Therapy. Today, I'd like to talk to you about how you can use music at home in your own self care routines during difficult seasons such as grief and loss, anxiety, or depression. In the past weeks and months, because of the COVID-19 pandemic, we've all experienced major changes to life routines in varying degrees. For some, these changes have been catastrophic. And for many, these changes have brought anxiety and feelings of uncertainty about the future. While each person is unique in how the pandemic has affected them, it is certain that we all have experienced abrupt changes in the way we live our lives and in ways we never could have expected. Because of these abrupt and even traumatic events, it's important that we each learn to take the time to take care of ourselves during the difficult times. This is true not just during the pandemic, but during any stressful time in our lives. My goal for this presentation is to give you a few practical tools that you can use in your everyday life to help you care for yourself during these stressful times. Because of the COVID-19 pandemic, many people are finding themselves grieving sometimes multiple losses. Almost everyone is experiencing the loss of social connection because of mandates for social distancing and orders from governments to stay home. Families and friends are unable to gather, and faith communities are unable to meet in person to support each other. Some of you are caregivers of older adults who live in long-term care facilities. You're unable to visit them, which also means that those who live in those facilities are facing even higher levels of isolation. In addition, many of you have lost jobs or sources of income and are having to figure out how to manage with the uncertainty of income and future employment. While some of these things only affect a portion of our communities, I think it's safe to say that most everyone's daily routines have become impacted by this pandemic. As humans, we find safety in routines, and when they become disrupted, feelings of anxiety and insecurity can arise, and we experience a sense of loss, especially when those changes in routine are abrupt and forced on us. Many people are feeling loss because of important events surrounding rites of passage, like weddings, graduations, or even funerals, are not able to take place in the way that we are accustomed. Other large social gatherings and vacations have also had to be canceled. Many of these things have been anticipated for weeks, months, or even years. It's understandable that we would feel loss and grieve that they have had to be canceled or significantly postponed. Many of these losses have been felt by huge portions of our communities. But some of you have also suffered the loss of the passing of a loved one, either due to the pandemic or other illnesses. Whatever the loss or emotional struggle, it's important to be mindful of the fact that isolation can intensify your experience. During a season of loss, the effects on mental health can be tremendous. You may experience intense and fluctuating emotions, and feelings such as, but not limited to, unhappiness, anxiety, loneliness, anger, and irritability can all occur. Studies show that grief can also have an impact on our physical health. It increases overall inflammation in our bodies, and it can lower our immune system. And the risk of high blood pressure and cardiovascular problems also can increase. When we experience these difficult and stressful times in our life, it can take a serious toll on our physical bodies, especially if we don't take the time to care for ourselves. One amazing tool we have at our disposal is music. Music has many proven benefits when incorporated into our lives. It's been shown to reduce stress and anxiety, improve memory, and it can ease physical and emotional pain. It also increases the production of a hormone called dopamine, which is considered the feel-good hormone. And in turn, it boosts our mood. Overall, music provides comfort. You don't need to be a musician to tap into the benefits that music has. You can utilize music on your own and in your everyday life. One idea that you can easily do is to create playlists of favorite songs. Create different lists for different times of the day or even moods that you're in. You can choose music to help you process a specific mood or music that helps you change your mood. In music therapy, we know there isn't a specific song or style of music that works for everyone. Just as we're all unique individuals, our taste in music is unique for each person. Music that one person finds relaxing might have the opposite effect on someone else. When you play some of your favorite music, take time to think about feelings and emotions that arise when you hear it. Use those thoughts and feelings to guide you for creating a playlist. I encourage you to create playlists for different times of the day when you struggle the most. Perhaps you need help getting going in the morning, or maybe you're having a difficult time getting to sleep. If you need to relax but feel wired, create a playlist that starts out with a faster pace and ends with something slow. If you don't have access to an online way of streaming music, you can also use CDs for this purpose, or any way that you have available to you to listen to music. Another idea would be to choose a song that helps you refocus your attention when you become distracted and need to change thought patterns. When you're grieving a loss or living with anxiety or depression, it's so easy to let negative thoughts take control. Pick a song that helps you interrupt those thought patterns and use it as frequently as you need it. While our families are staying at home and seeing a lot of each other, you can use music to release some pressure and change the monotony by having a dance party. Put on some lively music and dance together. Don't be afraid to get silly and have fun together. Music making is another very powerful tool for coping. If you know how to play an instrument, take it out. Spend time playing favorite songs. Learn a new song. Even take time to write some music yourself. You don't have to be formal about it. Just pick up the instrument and start playing by improvising. This is a great way to process and express your emotions. Lastly, it's important to remember that music is powerful, and it can trigger very powerful memories and emotions, both positive and negative. Music is intimately tied to our emotional memory. Have you ever had the feeling of being transported back into a time when you hear a particular song? You may need to give yourself permission to avoid a certain song or style of music because of memories and emotions that you're not able to process at this time. It's okay to set that music aside. Focus on using music in different ways that doesn't bring up those emotions and memories that may be too difficult right now. I hope this video has given you some useful and practical ways that you can use music in your self-care routine. When you're experiencing anxiety, depression, or grief and loss, it's so important to slow down, even just for a few minutes in a day, and make sure that you're checking in with yourself and you're taking care of yourself. Music is just one tool that we can put in our toolbox to make sure that we are taken care of. In addition to music, there are many other choices out there of things you can add into your self-care routine. But what's most important is that you are taking that time to care for yourself, because when you do that, you become much more effective in other areas of your life. I hope you guys have a fabulous day.